Today we are tackling a fun and very common project, installing a French drain. Do you have standing water in your yard that you need to get rid of? Well, stay tuned and we'll show you how. Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside. I am Jenny and today we are here at the nursery and we have got a project that Jerry is going to tackle. I would say we, but I'm just going to be the observer and the narrator of this little project, installing a French drain. What is a French drain? A French drain is a fantastic solution to get rid of standing water in your yard or some sort of area. Obviously, we're down here at the nursery, right in front of the shrub lot. And this area where you can see where the grass is tall, it has a standing water issue because of the shrub lot. All of these shrubs are on drip irrigation. And of course, because it is the hot summer, it's August, that drip irrigation has to run really like twice a day right now. And because we've got to get those pots really saturated with water. Obviously, there will be some runoff of that water. This area is a low spot. So behind us there's a slight uphill and then there is the creek. So the water gets trapped right here, and especially in the summertime, I mean, it's a goopy mess. There's a real issue because we have people come, park right here, and then they walk to the shrub lot. So it's not very appealing when you want to go shopping for plants and you're tromping through mud. So we need to get rid of this. So Jerry is going to install this today. We're going to walk you through exactly how to do it. With this French drain, it is going to have the pipes are under the ground, so you don't even see it. So what he's going to do is install this French drain and then connect it to a pipe that is already in the ground, and then it will send it out under the grass. We are going to go ahead and let Jerry, he's going to start trenching the French drain. French drains are great because everything is underground and you do not see anything. So it's the whole process. It's going to be muddy, it's going to be dirty, but it's going to be very effective and it's going to get rid of this standing water. So first, what we're going to do is Jenny's going to get rid of all this tall grass that's back here. So I'm going to go ahead and get weed eating, and then Jerry's going to get to playing in the mud. When you're weed eating, because oh my goodness, I have weed eaten before in shorts and a t-shirt, and it is not fun. And can you tell I got some new, a little bit new makeup going on here, so I hit some mud, so you know, I guess it'll be like a detox mask for me. I don't know, Creekside mud. So when you weed eat, make sure that you are wearing the proper attire. All right, so now we're going to, I guess Jerry's going to start trenching. Jerry has got the trench dug, and if you are not so fortunate to own a nursery and a landscape company, then you may not have the machine that we had. But good news is that you can go to a rental place and rent them for a day, a half a day, because doing this by hand, obviously, yes, you can do that, but it is a lot of physical labor. And so we're all about working smarter, not harder. So don't think, oh, well, I don't own, you know, that equipment. Just go rent it. Because before this, we would always just go and rent a ditch witch. So we have the ditch is made. So what Jerry did is he has that great little shovel. He went out and took out any kind of excess dirt that fell back into the trench when he was making it, because of course that's going to happen. You want your trench to be somewhat as level as possible. Obviously, we're not going to get the line level out here and make sure it's all perfect. You can if you want to. We're just not those kinds of people. So relatively level. The black landscape fabric behind me is going to go into the ditch next. So it is actually going to line that ditch. That is going to help when we put the black perforated pipe in there to keep the pipe free of mud and debris and sediment and those kinds of things, because you want your pipe to be as clogged free as possible. The whole idea is that we are creating a channel. The water runs through the ground, hits that channel of some gravel, the pipe, and then hits that pipe, and then you can move it to wherever you want. That's the whole idea of a French drain. So the black landscape fabric will go down. It will line the ditch. We will then come back with the black corrugated pipe, lay it down. You will notice that it has what they call like a sock or a sleeve over it. Again, that just helps to keep the debris out. There are little holes in that black pipe that the water can go into. Lay that down, and then we will come back with some number 67 gravel on top of that acts like a filter. The water comes down, hits the pipe, out it goes. So that's just what we're going to do now, is plastic, tube, gravel, lots of good sweat.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say?
No, if anything, I think just when you're trenching, whichever slope you're going on, you would want to try to, you know, just give it a slope downward, you know, a grade downward every so many feet, a gradual slope down to where you're draining the water. So what we're trying to do is get that to drain towards the pipe we already have in the ground. It's hooked to another drainage system. So that's the idea.
So you're not really making it, and the reason I'm standing very close is because I have the microphone on me, so that way hopefully it picked Jerry up. But again, doesn't need to be level. It needs to be a gradual downward slope.
Gradual slope down.
A gradual slope down. See, this is he is the brains and the brawn, and I'm just the pretty face in front of the camera. I'm teasing. So gradual slope down to wherever it is that you're want the water to go. All right, let's get to cracking. So whenever you have to connect the two pipes together, if you don't have them, you don't have a coupler, or you don't have one long massive piece, just slice a hole, slit in one, squeeze it together, wiggle them together. This is where the strength comes in. That's your sleeve. And then if you'll notice on here, you'll see those little slits right there. That's where the water drains into in the pipe, and then it can just run down the pipe to go where you want it to be. The next step on this French drain is, and Jerry's already started doing this, so we're going to take that landscape fabric, and he has folded it over almost like you're folding a napkin. So because the whole idea is you do not want any of this great North Carolina red clay on top of your French drain. So by having the pipe, then a lot of that great gravel, then 1 layer, 2 layers of that landscape fabric is going to keep the red clay mud out of the drain, because that's one of the greatest ways to clog up your French drain is with that thick, goopy red clay that we are so infamous for here in North Carolina. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to come back through, and the excess soil, the dirt, we're going to go ahead and scoop it up. Jerry's already started doing that some with the machine. We're going to come in here, those little ridges, we are going to take that away, because you do not want to put that red clay back on top. Even though it's the landscape fabric, you don't want to put it on top of the landscape fabric, because eventually it will start to work its way through and clog up your drain. Now, we here are going to, once we're all cleaned up and said and done, we're going to come back through and put gravel on top of this spot, because we're wanting to extend the shrub lot just a little bit to make a pathway for our customers to walk through and not have to worry about walking on grass, but it'll be on that great gravel. It's a little cleaner, we can control the weeds better, the pots will stay clean, so forth and so on. Now, if you want to put grass on top of your French drain, Jerry really recommends, because he's the expert here, recommends putting not just all your native red clay back on there, but if you will just go ahead and you can do a mixture of like some sand and some native soil, but again, just not all of that red clay back on top of the French drain, because it will just clog it. So if you can mix in some sand, that'll loosen it up, then you can plant your grass on it and it will be fine. So if you can keep it soil free, that's awesome, but certainly we understand that in some situations you can't, because the last thing you want to do is to go all this work and then your French drain gets clogged up and you're back where you started again. So we're gonna keep working and see what happens. All right guys, so this is how you install a French drain. We are basically all done. There is just one more piece that we have to do. We did not have the part, but bless our sweet friend Josh, who is actually our neighbor, has that spare part, so he is going to bring it to us. It is a T. So as you saw, we have that one main line of pipe going down through here. We already have a French drain in the ground, so Jerry just needs that T-pipe so that he can attach this pipe, this new pipe, with the existing French drain, and it can then take the water away from this parking lot area. So that is it in a nutshell of how you can install a French drain to eliminate standing water at your house. I hope you have found this video helpful, and if so, make sure you like the video. If you're not already a member to Gardening with Creekside, please do so. Hit that subscribe button right there so that you can be a part of all of our upcoming videos. Y'all have a fantastic day. And I think we just finished this in time because it's starting to thunder and we're getting a little bit of rain. So we're gonna go get dry. Y'all have a great day. Bye.